Hello, this is Echinacea Puff, and today I will be discussing why black hole is overhated. It seems that, back in the day, black hole was quite loved. In TPOT 2, he is the first safe on his team, with nearly a quarter of the votes that episode. On the unofficial results of the BFB13 popularity poll, black hole got the most votes out of the 64 BFD contestants, with 2,275 votes. However, in more recent times, black hole has become less popular and rather hated. He seems to be at more risk of elimination than he was before. But is this hate deserved, at least in my opinion? As you likely know, in TPOT 7, Fanny goes against the death prevention thing. She and Pillow kill Tree, and Death P.A.C.T again ends up placing first in the challenge. And Black Hole seems to be the one most opposed to causing death out of the members still on the team. People might find this annoying or wrong. It seems that many people side with Fanny more so than with Black Hole. However, is either really in the right? Sure, causing death is sometimes important or helpful, but death can be painful. Death P.A.C.T again did lose 3 times from TPOT 1 to TPOT 6, but the team is at least supposed to be centered on preventing death. Also, one could argue that if they keep getting eliminated, then there will be fewer members to prevent death. And one might believe that it is wrong to go against the team's purpose, wrong to rebel against it. With these things in mind, death in the BFDI universe does not always seem like a definite right or a definite wrong. It seems more so a case-by-case basis. Black Hole might be in the wrong, but that does not mean that he is bad as a character. One does not have to agree with a character's actions in order to like them. And sure, he may be irrational, but guess what? It is human nature, or object nature, to behave irrationally. If a character were always rational, they would probably not be that realistic. Giving a character flaws, not just simply little ones that do not matter that much, but major ones that cause significant problems, can help to make a character more believable, more human, or object, more interesting. Also, I recommend that you consider why a character behaves the way that they behave. I get that you might not want to do this. I do not always do this, but it can help you to sympathize with them more. Interesting that Black Hole will stick to death prevention even when it causes problems. Refusing to kill Tree so that he could get recovered and back to his normal form. Not killing Barf Bag when she was empty and sick so that she could be recovered. Refusing to kill the zombies, saying that they are not dead, but undead. The zombie one seemed silly to me, but what if Black Hole's insistence on preventing death is influenced by guilt? He is a black hole. He is quite the destructive object. If he is not careful, he could easily kill others by accident. He could feel guilty for this. In BFB1, he sucks up the recovery centers from trying to open the jar. Perhaps he killed others in the past and feels guilty about it. Sometimes, even though a situation might not be definitely right or definitely wrong, one might still have difficulty seeing or accepting the in-between. Some people do struggle with guilt, even if a situation might not seem so strict and one might have an understanding of this. It can still be difficult to apply without feeling guilty. Black Hole seems to be one to have strict morals. Consider this scene.
Why did we do this? Why did we make our team about preventing death when we keep losing? 3 of us are already out. We're getting ourselves eliminated from this nonsense.
It's a noble cause.
Maybe he does not want to compromise these morals. He might not change them unless he comes to some realization. If he stays, he could learn that, even though preventing death can be good, sometimes death is important and helpful. Character development, and he is important to the conflict in Death P.A.C.T again. Tree wanted his team to chop him down to get him out of where he is. Watch.
So, can you guys chop me down to get me out of here?
Sorry, Tree. I've got to prevent death no matter the cost.
Notice that Black Hole says, no matter the cost. Maybe Black Hole is affected by the experience in TPOT 7, trying to prevent Fanny and Pillow from killing Tree, but then he sucks up him instead. Maybe this is at least partially why he seems so protective of Tree. And Marker in TPOT 8 says,
Guys, you're both right! We can prevent death and win challenges! Just stop fighting!
Fanny seems to be the one mainly advocating for causing death to help with challenges, while Black Hole seems to be the one most advocating for preventing death. If Black Hole stays, we might get more depth within Death P.A.C.T again about the morality of death in the BFDI universe, but if he leaves, it is possible that the team might just start allowing death without as much depth. If Fanny is far from risk when Death P.A.C.T again is up for elimination, then perhaps Fanny fans should vote for Black Hole. If he leaves, we might not see as much as Fanny's development. What do you think? Do you think that Black Hole should stay? Or not? Who do you want eliminated on Death P.A.C.T again? What do you think will happen with the team in future episodes? Any other thoughts? Please consider liking this video, commenting on it, and sharing it. If you have any ideas on how I can improve my videos, please let me know. And please consider subscribing to my channel and turning up the notifications. Thank you for watching. Bye.